Okay, Audacity's getting one last chance, because this is post-commentary, because Audacity froze like 5 times during this episode. Okay, briefly, this is Route 36 and 37. This dude has a level 13 Abra, another level 13 Abra, and a level 15 Kadabra. And this episode has been condensed from... I've cut in this episode like so many times, it's not even funny. Quickly, the Pokemon available here in Gold are Growlithe, Nidoran, Stantler, and Pidgey. Hoot Hoot is available at night, and that Pidgey is only available during the morning and day hours. Silver gets Nidoran, Stantler, Pidgey, and Hoot Hoot at the same time, and Vulpix and replaces the Growlithe. And there is a special rare Pokemon that I get to in this episode, which would have been great for you to hear my regular commentary, but no. Since we're on the topic, Route 37, which is also covered in this episode, gets... Gold gets Growlithe, Hoot Hoot, Spinarak, Stantler, Pidgeotto, and Pidgey at all various hours in the day. Silver gets Hoot Hoot, Stantler, Pidgeotto, Pidgey, Ladybot, and Vulpix. I'll just see how Audacity's doing. Holy crap, it's actually recording. Good for it. If you can't tell by now, I'm sick and fed up with Audacity. It's frozen like 17 times during this entire Let's Play, and we're only on episode 22. Well, actually, it's less than episode 22 because of those 4 videos I got corrupted. So this is probably episode 19, which is just grand. And here's that Kadabra I was talking about. I totally wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Yeah, I use Bite because it's super effective against Kadabra, but it doesn't do enough to kill it. And this Kadabra keeps spamming Confusion. I remember what I was trying to say before. What I was gonna say before. Those Abras that he had didn't have any offensive moves, as far as I know, because any Abra at that point in the game doesn't have any offensive moves, because Abra can't be learning any offensive moves. It had Flash though, meaning that it taught it from the TM. I'm not sure if it taught in any offensive TMs, whatever. So I switched Irwin up front for this next trainer, who has a Tangela, which wasn't a smart idea because Tangela ends up owning this thing. I mean, Tangela ends up owning Irwin, and let's check on Audacity again. Yay, it's working! So yeah, here's that Tangela, and I end up, Irwin ends up dying, as you'll see soon. I don't know why I used Bite. Bite wasn't a good idea. I'm pretty sure Cut would have done more, but... And there's that Absorb, which is super effective against Irwin. And, even worse, it replaces half of the damage that does to Irwin and goes back to it, so it's going to use Absorb again. Smart AI for once in this game, and that ends up killing him. And there he goes. So we send in Ariel, I think. Yeah, here comes Ariel. Who I think I use Gust with. Yeah, Gust, because Gust is super effective. And Tangela, it ends up surviving. I don't know how it survived. And it uses Poison Powder, which missed, or didn't affect, I don't remember which. Well, I mean, it said it didn't affect, but I think that ends up meaning that it missed, too. But the Tangela goes down. Audacity's still going, finally. And that defeats him. You can talk with him to get a phone number, but I don't think he says anything. And I know that the audio just spliced there, because I cut, and I cut there too, and I cut here again. And here is that super rare Pokemon I was talking about. It's a tree that if you use the Squirt Bottle on that you got in Goldenrod City, it activates into a Pokemon. This is a Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo is a rock-type Pokemon that is only available right here, right now, so if you want it, you better catch it, or save before you do. I wasn't going to use Sudowoodo on my team, I just call him, just catch him, because I always catch a Sudowoodo passing through here because, well, it's the only one in the game. I use Psybeam, which does a lot more than I thought it would, so then I tried to chuck a Great Ball at it, as you'll see right now. No, I accidentally pressed the Pokemon menu. Now I go for the Great Ball, and you'll see what the results of that are. Let's see here. Not even one shake. That's how terrible that was. That's how bad that idea was. And it uses Flail, which totally destroys Kadabra. So I just want to weaken it some more. And since half my team is already dead, and I don't think that muscle will do much, I just send an Ariel to try to Gust to weaken it some more. And As you can see, that did absolutely nothing. So it uses Rock Throw, which is super effective on Ariel. Luckily, she survives. Barely, though. And I just say, you know, screw this, I'm going to chuck another Great Ball. And by some miraculous odds, 1, 2, 3, caught. Yeah, I don't know what that gust did that actually made it catchable, but Sudowoodo is now caught. And we will never see it again. Despite how close it is to the rest of our team, I don't like Sudowoodo. Don't like him. And then this dude will give you Rock Smash for doing that. And which is a TM and not an HM in this generation, which and if you ever want more Rock Smashes, they're available in Goldenrod City now. And I went back and healed at Violet City because clearing the path allows you to go to Violet City, and that's why that cut was there. And there's two more trainer battles in this area, and I was looking over there to see if there's anything I wanted. Then I go up here and I see that there's apricorn trees up there, so I say screw it and let's just go. And I end up getting into a fight. Erwin ends up getting into a fight with I believe a Spinarak here. Yeah, right there's a battle. Yeah, there's a Spinarak. It's more of a pester than a actual threat, because bite, I think 2 bites do it. Yeah, 2 bites take care of this thing, and all it does is use Scary Face, which missed. And yeah, there goes the Spinarak. And these trees have a red, blue, and black apricorn, which, flipping back to the Azalea Town, black apricorn will give you a heavy ball, which allows you to catch heavier Pokemon. The blue apricorn will get you a lure ball, which allows you to catch, I believe, Pokemon that are used. I believe it allows you to easier catch water Pokemon and bug Pokemon, and that red apricorn will give you a level ball, which I believe helps you catch lower level Pokemon at a higher rate. So, all in all, unless you have 3 days to kill, it's not really worth it. And Anne, get it, because it's one's with an E and one's without an E. They have a Clefairy and a Jigglypuff, both level 16, which is no trouble for me. Even though it could have gone smoother if I actually used Muscle, but I wanted to give Erwin that experience points that he needed. So, he just bites the heck out of these things, these cute little puffy marshmallow things. And Erwin gets an encore, meaning he needs to keep biting and biting and biting and biting and biting. So apparently the Clefairy likes getting bitten. And it uses Metronome, which led to Sand Attack. Luckily it wasn't something electric. Because I've seen people who have had I actually remember recently watching a stream where someone was playing Crystal, and they had a Spinarak on there. I think there was a Spinarak only run, and they are fighting a Clefairy, and he used Metronome, and it got, of all the moves, Sacred Fire, which is the strongest fire move in the entire game. And I was cracking up hysterically, because what are the odds of all the moves getting not only a fire one, but the strongest fire move in the game, which totally destroyed the Spinarak. It was fun. So anyway, the encore ended, so I just used Water Gun to get the stab boost. I don't remember, yeah, I don't think it did much more, but... And Disable, so I got rid of it anyway, so I just cut this thing. I make Jigglypuff look emo by cutting it. And Erwin got to level 23, which got us nothing in return, and the twins are defeated. Moving up forward, we are getting this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this is Route 37, and this dude is Psychic Greg. And as you'll see in a few seconds, I moved Kadabra up top because I think he can deal with the Drowzee. Not a good idea. As you'll see, this entire battle was cut because this Drowzee spams Hypnosis, Disable, and Dream Eater. And Dream Eater is like Absorb, but it only works when you're asleep. So I ended up using Thunder Punch on the Drowzee, and then Thunder Punch got disabled, and then Kadabra fell asleep, and yeah, I'm out of time. Bye.